You guys know about the Libs of TikTok Twitter account? It's basically just like a conservative clip chimp compilation. You know, you've probably seen them because they keep getting a lot of attention. Now, Fox News has been citing Libs of TikTok multiple times. This is the largest conservative outlet in the country, and they are citing as a source a Twitter account which posts unsourced videos of other people. You know, a real journalism right here. But this has happened multiple times. This is really, really ramped up recently with the anti-LGBT, like transgenocide type stuff, because you know how it is. It's like, well, here's a person on TikTok who's cringe, and the fact that they're oh hello, the fact that oh hello, the fact that they're cringe means that like the left is gonna groom your children or whatever. You know, standard stuff right there. It's really funny to me how Fox News is citing them. And additionally, like, well, first of all, like, I want you to imagine from a journalistic perspective, what is being normalized when the largest conservative media outlet is making arguments being sourced from videos that are just being posted like pseudonymously to a Twitter account. I mean, literally anything could be posted there. Literally anything at all. Like, you could literally just like stage or make up videos if you wanted to. Like, right? I mean, if it's going to get signal boosted into the largest conservative media platform, like there's no way for checking. It's literally just a Twitter account. Um, but I wanted to look over some of the content being posted here. You know, I want to see, because this is like increasingly becoming kind of the vanguard for the pro-trans genocide narrative, where these like you know, the narrative that like grooming is taking place. I just want to look through the account for a bit. You know, what's going on? Got a cough anyway, so maybe letting these libs on TikTok take the stage for a bit. Give my cough a moment to subside. There's Christopher Rufo, the propagandist behind the critical race theory and the trans groomer stuff. Let's see. Not using someone's preferred pronouns or calling a non-binary person a woman is discrimination and a hate crime. She seems stable. Is that really the summary here? Not using someone's preferred pronouns is discrimination? Okay. Seems okay. Sure. USPS has suspended mail service in parts of Santa Monica because the mailmen keep getting assaulted and attacked. It's not safe for people to be delivering mail. Unreal. California is a hellhole. I'm pretty sure that other states have higher relative proportions of violence. There's this weird narrative that like California is falling apart when it's by far the wealthiest state in the country, like massively. And there are other cities and other states that have worse versions of all the problems they have, with the exception of Silicon Valley tech dudes. That is very much a Silicon Valley problem. But it feeds into the narrative, you know. Purdue University Pre-Med teaches that racism is a disease and a risk factor for a stroke. This is what our future doctors are learning. Let's see. Wait, this is literally true. Racism is a risk factor for stroke. Yeah. Because racism causes stress, which increases the likelihood of stroke. Yeah. That's literally... Okay. I like the caption on this, by the way. Lifestyle has nothing to do with strokes, as though the lifestyle... Wait, lifestyle has nothing to do with strokes? Is this person training to be a doctor? Do you realize there are things you can do to increase the likelihood of a stroke? Even negating the fact that we're referring to being subjected to racism as a lifestyle. But what are you talking about? This guy is going to go on to kill somebody. What? I think they're trying to be sarcastic. Makes complete sense. Lifestyle has nothing to do with strokes. It's all systemic racism's fault. How am I supposed to tell? Being subjected to racism would be a thing that affects the conditions of your life. This is stupid whether or not it's sarcasm. If it's sarcasm, then the implication here would be that being subjected to racism isn't something that can affect your life circumstances in the way that lifestyle choices can. Stress increases the risk of a stroke. Okay. All right. I think that makes it stupider. Okay. Um, First grade teacher records. Oh, we're tagging to school in this too. Ooh, look, the school locked their account because of this. You're having an Aspie moment? Oh, am I? I know the last line is sarcastic, you fucking retard. Jesus Christ. Anyway, first grade teacher records an identity share Zoom call with K to 12 or K to 2 grades where he speaks about being trans. When babies are born, the doctor looks and makes a guess on whether the baby is a boy or a girl. Sometimes the doctor is wrong. If they're right, the baby is cisgender. Okay?
About me, Miss Hammond? All right. All right. So something that's really cool and unique about who I am is that I am transgender. So
Cool.
we touched a little bit about that at the beginning of this week in the book that Miss Hammond read, but I'm going to give you my explanation about what it means to be transgender as well. So when babies are born, the doctor looks at them and they make a guess about whether the baby is a boy or a girl based on what they look like. And most of the time, that guess is 100% correct. There are no issues whatsoever. But sometimes the doctor is wrong. The doctor makes an incorrect guess. When the doctor makes a correct guess, that's when a person is called cisgender. When a doctor's guess is wrong, that's when they are transgender. So I'm a man, but when I was a baby, the doctors told my parents I was a girl. And so my parents gave me a name that girls typically...
Literally nothing about this is age inappropriate at all. This is an incredibly simple... Obviously, it's not like fucking perfectly accurate because he's explaining to like the kids or whatever. Yes, it's fine. Nothing about this is like inappropriate. Again, like when conservatives look at this and they go, "This is grooming," what they're saying flat out is that it is unacceptable to be gay or trans. That's it. That's the only thing they're saying. Because there's no other way you can parse this. As any like anything remotely age inappropriate.
have and bought me clothes that girls typically wear. And until I was 18 years old, everyone thought I was a girl. And this was super, super uncomfortable for me because I knew that wasn't right. The way I like to describe it is like wearing a super itchy sweater. The longer you wear it, the itchier it gets, and the only way to make the itching stop is to have everyone see and know the person that you really are. So when I was 18, I told my family and my friends that I'm really a boy, and it was like this huge weight had been lifted off of my shoulders, and I had the freedom to be who I...
This is what conservatives are terrified over, by the way. This is what they're passing state laws to prevent. So yeah, the school had to lock their account, of course, because they were going to get thousands of comments brigading them. Yeah, so on and so forth. Brooks School blocked me and some of my followers, closed comments on tweets, deleted the tweet where they were ratioed, and now have went private. They're not coping well with all the attention. Dude, can you believe this, like, charter school didn't want to engage on Twitter with the harassment of thousands of far-right people attacking them for their identity? It's crazy. That's wild. It's why doesn't the social media manager of this charter school want to battle with us on social media? Here we have a hip and fresh youth with a hip and fresh cut. Let's go.
Hey, if your parents don't love and accept you for who you are this Christmas, fuck them. I'm your parents now. I'm proud of you. Drink some water. I love you. Bye. Hey, if your parents don't love and accept you for who you are this Christmas, fuck them. I'm your parents now. I'm proud.
I know there are going to be conservatives who take issue with like the "I'm your parents now," as if they wouldn't have an issue with this if the reverse was happening. Like if it was a socially conservative parent who was reassuring a child who was uncomfortable with their like progressive parents who were like treating them poorly or something. It's a figure of speech that they would take no issue with if it weren't for... I don't even know if I know the framing on this. Like, look at this. If your parents don't accept you for who you are, fuck them. I'm your parents now. Oklahoma middle school teacher. This is on a TikTok account. Am I supposed to believe that, like, this person had all his middle school students follow the TikTok account? This is to, like, an adult audience. I think it's just an indication of his, like, values as a teacher, which are fine. This teacher was let go last week after complaints of ruining, and this TikTok plus others containing questionable content were brought to the principal's attention. Right, so basically we led a social media harassment campaign. If there were complaints of grooming, then you would be sharing the story of a child who said that they had been groomed by this teacher. since you don't have that. Instead, what you have is we have evidence of him grooming, and it's like him being okay with trans people. You know, I want to thank you all for the support of the last few weeks. The district's letting me go and be administrative lead. Thank you for the support. I guess I was a little too vocal about supporting our LGBTQA plus kids. That's crazy. It's like there's no supporting evidence of them doing anything actually wrong. By the way, Republicans turning the term grooming into like a meaningless buzzword that just refers to being not anti-LGBT is unironically excellent for pedophiles. Congratulations, you're actually just obliterating the meaning of the term in a way that completely obfuscates what the runners of this account no doubt actually enjoy, which is raping children. Oh, we have colored hair and a septum piercing. Here we go. Get ready. Not only do they demand we use their pronouns, but now they insist we put in the emotional effort to understand their gender and pronouns. Off the charts narcissism. Okay. I don't even care enough about this to click on the video. Okay? It's just a random TikTok. Okay. All right. Joy Reid is getting triggered by right-wing men asking what is a woman, but has she ever answered the question? Maybe she should, and then we will stop asking. I'm pretty sure people have answered this. If it's a stupid basic biology question, why couldn't a Supreme Court nominee answer it?
I'm just going to say this, if y'all don't mind. I am so sick of right-wing men.
I don't like Joey Reid. Guys, remember, they don't know the definition of a woman any better than you do. How many times have we done this like runabout with conservatives on stream? Well, a woman is a person with uterus. Okay, what about women who are born cis who don't have a uterus? Well, not them. Well, there are all these things. Like, it's meaningless. At the end of the day, these definitions are constructed to serve our purposes and our terms. You know, our use, whatever is most beneficial to us, is what we should be using. There's no point to not doing that. And also, what a woman is not a biological question anyway. Parents all over America are leaving their kids to watch YouTube Kids, thinking it's a safe platform. Indoctrination. Hold on.
It's time to expose the grooming on YouTube Kids.
Let's
what
go.
happens when kids search gender? You think your kids are safe there? Watch this.
Wait, what kind of kid searches gender? Wait, actual question. Is that like a common like 5-year-old as a child would, you know? Critical race theory. What happens when your child searches critical race theory? They're going to be searching for like SpongeBob, Spider-Man, booby retard. Yeah.
This one has a penis. It's a boy. This one has a vulva. It's a girl. Whoa. Let's hit the brakes, people.
Oh shit. You can tell these two are going to be woke because they're not white.
The way your body looks on the outside.
Terrifying mouth animation, by the way. Here, we got to full screen this to truly appreciate how uncanny this animation is
only part of the story.
Looks like a nutcracker.
What? Stay with me, gang. Your sex refers to your physical body parts, remember? But there is also something called gender, which is how you feel inside your body and who you know yourself to be. And your gender, how you feel on the inside, doesn't always match the sex you were called when you were born.
Well, what if you were born with a penis and you know you're a girl inside? Not a boy.
Then your sex and your gender don't match. The body parts you were born with don't always dictate who you are, how you feel, or what you like to play with.
That's such a relief.
Figuring out what feels right for you is just part of growing up.
Queer kid stuff. Today we're going to talk about gender.
Oh, I know this account. This person got a ton of hate way back in the day.
Boys can't wear dresses, can they?
Is this the whole thing? It's literally just like that trans people exist. Okay, thank you. I gotta say, I don't understand what conservatives think are like happening, but if you're like a cis kid, like take me when I'm like 9 or whatever, and I grow up into this, you know, strapping cisgender male, you know, not you know, if you take that like 9-year-old or whatever, and they watch this first video, do they think the kid's just gonna like be trans because of it? I feel like conservatives are very insecure in their gender identity. The idea that like there's so much impressionable. It just reminds me, it's like a whole trope, right? Like if a kid is gay and the parent is like, you just need to bottle up those feelings like the rest of us. And then you look at the parent and you're like, what are you bottling up? Bottling up what? You know what I mean? It's like it's a little it's a little revealing. I think I don't know. I just don't know if there's any evidence. The idea that people are that impressionable, just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like fucking alter the entire course of my life and transition because I saw a explanatory video when I was 5. Okay. Democrats' COVID policies in a nutshell: disgusting child abuse. Masks required only for children ages 2 to 4. Wait, what? That's pretty stupid. What? Why? What? That's pretty stupid. I don't. I don't know what this has to do with. With. Is this a Democrat thing, or is this just like a stupid business policy? I don't know. Is that because they can't get vaccinated? This is stupid. This is pretty stupid. Yeah, anyway. Oh, here's a retweeted quote tweet. Trans non-binary elementary teacher says 3-year-olds are old enough to learn about gender identity, sexual orientation, pronouns. These are people teaching your kids. Oh, do we have a grooming alert? Let's find out.
Hi, I'm a queer teacher, and I 1000% do not support this bill.
And yes, I do know what's in it. The bill in itself is just another way to stigmatize the LGBTQ plus community. Kids as young as 3 and 4 are actually aware of their gender identity, even if they don't have the language for it. Also very aware of who they...
Wait, hold on. Conservatives agree with that. I have countless times have I heard conservatives say like yeah, you know, boys are boys, girls girls. Like, yeah, okay.
like and who they don't like. Heterosexuality is pushed on our kids on a daily basis at a very young age. Media, through books. The first Disney movie that you saw. To say that pre-K through 3rd grade are not ready for such topics is actually internalized homophobia and transphobia. They're very much ready for these topics and are way more accepting than adults when it comes to discussing these topics. We can talk about gender, gender assumptions, pronouns, all the things. And it is child development appropriate and age appropriate. It's literally created as just another means to other queer people.
Nothing this person said is incorrect. However, we do need to address the elephant in the room, okay? And it is, and I'm really sorry to say this, okay? It is the colored hair, tenderqueer, young people teachers who are having difficulty reading the room at the moment. You know what I mean? I do feel like if ever there was a time to understand that at any point in time anything you say can be clipped and shown on Fox News as evidence that you're the leader of a pedophile ring, now would be the time to be careful. You can keep your hair dyed or whatever. Just, I feel like the appropriate, so nothing this person said is incorrect, okay? However, I feel like a degree of nonchalance is kind of necessary here. Like if you're a teacher and you're like super progressive or whatever, like you can be like, yeah, listen, like what are you, stupid? You know, like you talk with a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old or 5-year-old about like heterosexuality, what they don't know what like a wife and a husband are. Like, yeah, you can talk about it with this. What are you, a moron? Like, hey, listen, I'm just saying you need fat Italians with chest hair to be running this game. Okay? That's what I'm talking about, all right? You want like a Sopranos extra with like the TikTok like selfie cam thing. You know, it's just gender identity. What are you, stupid? You didn't figure that out? What, sexual what, you didn't like Sally in 1st grade? What were you, some kind of loser kid? You didn't have a girl you had a crush on? What are you, some kind of beta? Huh? Like something like, yeah, get out of here, get out, like that, you know? That's what I'm talking about. Being silent isn't going to stop conservatives from being bad. I'm not talking about being silent. I'm talking about adopting like a rhetorical delivery mechanism that I think comes across as a little more like, okay, listen. All I'll say is that regardless of the fact that every single thing this person said was correct, conservatives are hard-coded right now to look at this individual and every word out of their mouth is like pedophile alarm bells because of the media associations that have been made in their head. And I feel like this is another one of those situations where the more diverse a range of people advocating these positions there is, and the more nonchalantly they can deliver this info, because like the stereotype So what? So what? What you mean optics? You mean like being able to resist fascist talking points? What do you mean so what? Don't take this as some personal thing. What like I'm condemning colored hair. Come on. Get over yourselves, all right? It's just about the most effective way to deliver these points, I think. I feel like conservatives would still cherry pick the blue. Oh no, they 100% would. I feel like people in chat are assigning too high a degree of importance to my my segue here. They'll say that about anyone regardless of their appearance and presentation, right? Okay, let me see if I can think of another way of putting this. There's an aesthetic archetype that the right is associating with groomers right now, and it is the tender queer colored hair septum piercing types, you know, late zoomers, early millennials, whatever. Like that is the archetype. Okay? So if you don't fit into a heteronormative presentation, shut up. We'll ban you from real life if you don't fucking listen to me. I swear to God, every time with this shit, you know? God, you people could not survive a real proper civil rights movement, you know? You would have been talking optics with Dr. King and you would have called him a racist for not. No. Look, if you want, wait, fuck, I have coffee here. Hold on. You're doing a job explaining your point. I just think you're retarded, personally. It's the same point I've made like 5,000 times. But that's okay. I'll do it again. I mean, I haven't even gotten a chance to finish, really. It's the same point that I made about basically every single other social movement. Now look, nothing's going to stop conservatives from clip chimping who they want. They're going to do that no matter what. Can't be fixed. However, all right, it is essential for the success of any civil rights movement to promote an aesthetic of diversity. And I mean that in the broadest possible sense within the groups of people who support your cause, okay? So if you want to look at an example of this, all right, go back and look at the gay rights movement. The gay rights movement could not have done what it did if every person advocating for like gay marriage looked like a I don't know, a Santa Monica bottom. You know what I mean? Like the overalls and the hair foof and the you know, thoroughly flexible asshole. You know, you need you want everyone, you know, in order for gay rights to survive and thrive, okay, you need hairy-chested Italian dudes in like New Jersey to go like, hey, so what? Tony and an Andy want to get married? What did that do? You know, what is that going to do to me? You know, you want to appeal to the kind of archetype of the everyman, or at least kind of the opposite of whatever archetype it is you're operating within at the moment. And with regards to this stuff, you know, there's nothing wrong with being this person. And I wouldn't even be talking about this if you weren't all insistent on misinterpreting me every single time, okay? But there's nothing wrong with looking like this at all. It's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with what they said, nothing wrong with what they are, did, look like, whatever. But it is worth pointing out that the job of pro-trans activists is only going to be made easier the broader a range of presentations people will have to call upon in order to condemn our movement, you know. That was the tactic of the civil rights movement. It worked. Yeah, I know. It's the tactic of every, yeah, exactly. You don't want to look like a niche group. You want to look like you want to look like the silent majority. You want to look like everyone's basically on your side. And by the way, like, I understand a lot of you don't get this because you're all gay, but people who look and act like this, while there's nothing wrong with them, are kind of innately disconcerting to most of the people in this country. And if you don't agree with that, it's because you grew up in a city and you exclusively talk with people off Tinder and Tumblr. Like, you've no idea. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them, but it's like the Santa Monica bottoms, you know? Nothing wrong with any of that. But not exactly, you know, blue jeans, denim, Iowa cornfield, heart of America aesthetic, though it should be. It's about understanding that, you know, you want to play past that kind of innate perception. You want to make the optics job difficult for them, especially because Republicans don't actually have arguments, and a lot of their positions are basically like vibes based. It's way harder to levy the vibes based argument. Like, the less a person looks like this. Do these arguments look better coming from a Beau of the fifth column type? Yeah, of course they do. They do. They do. Okay, are we done? Are we okay. I was just gonna make a side point here. It wasn't even, it's not a big deal, okay? Like I said, they're gonna clip chimp anyone. Okay, just whatever. Stop. Like I thought. Person who looks like this, 2.6 thousand quote tweets, 12,000 likes. Person who looks like this, less than 4,000 likes.
Reaching out to me about the changes that
152,000 views versus 1 million views
were made in New Jersey for the new health curriculum to be
implemented
in September. And I'm just going to share some of the things that have been sent to me. I do have children of my own, one being a second grader. So here's an example of next year what a first grade lesson might look like. It's called Pink, Blue, Purple, and you can see it's slated for first grade to take about 30 minutes.
Oh no, this is a bad example on my part. I think this person is showcasing the groomer left. They're not like the person being made fun of here. My bad. It's not a fair comparison. I stand by my argument, but this isn't a fair comparison. All right, what is this?
Minutes and the range of ways people express their gender. So the objective is to define gender, gender identity, and gender role stereotypes. And you can pause and try to read the script.
Doesn't that go against your J.K. Rowling fuck optics take? No, my position isn't fuck optics. It's about the logistics of directing your public support when drama already takes place. In terms of this specifically, the only argument that I'm making here is that it's necessary to understand that an aesthetic diversity of presentation is going to be vital to repelling the vibes-based arguments presented by conservatives.
Scripted piece for the teacher. They're to hold up 2 greeting cards for a newborn baby and make a Venn diagram showing the stereotypes of boys and girls, and then talk to them about how if you could feel like you're a girl, even if you have what's called boy parts or girl parts, and you can feel like a girl even if you have boy parts with, and things they could both play with. Who
what class is this? Health class? What year is this? First grade?
Put it out there. People express their gender. So
okay, responsibility K-12 curriculum. Let me see. Performance expectation. Let me discuss the range of ways people express their gender, gender role, stereotypes, and behavior. Grade, first grade. Okay.
The objective is to put it in the video titles. It's mixed in with other videos. If you go to YouTube and type in Amaze into the search bar, it's going to give you all of the video clips that are designed for teachers to be able to show in class. So I'm going to turn my camera around and show you some of the titles. There were some concerns that one of the videos talks about porn and how it's okay and it's free. And then the other one is just very visual. So here you can see some of the video titles. It's mixed in with other videos. One of the new 5th grade standards is talking about masturbation. That's also in here. Gender identity.
Wait, 5th grade is when I had my first real sex ed class. We learned about masturbation there.
Growing up awkward. I haven't watched all of them yet. I'm just skimming, and I'm
for first grade. No, 5th grade. Because she just said that was for 5th grade.
Just sharing the information as it comes out. I'm also not sharing my opinion on anything. I'm just giving the information that was given to me and putting it on here because so many people have been asking what's up and coming. The real thing parents need to do is talk to teachers, talk to the supervisors in your district.
I'm not saying anything about it. I'm just saying go talk to your district to let them know how you don't like the grooming or whatever. Okay, can I keep things 100% honest with you guys? First of all, nothing here is dangerous to children or factually inaccurate or whatever else. I don't think this is harmful. What state is this in? New Jersey. New Jersey 2020 performance. Wait, 2020? Wait, when was this from?
Take about 30 minutes.
It says 2020 right there. Okay, well, it's not even whatever. Anyway, I don't know. For me, does it say 2022? No, it says 2020 right there. 2022 next year, right? Doesn't it say right there 2020? Is there something else I'm missing here? It says April 6th, 2022. No, I'm talking about when the outlines last updated 2021. Down here in the bottom. Yeah, last updated December 1st, 2021. But this right here, the 2.1.2 SSH.2, that's probably from 2020. Whatever. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like maybe it would be a little more prudent to address these topics with a degree of nonchalance for the moment. There's nothing really wrong with any of these lesson plans. I just can't help but worry that in an overreaction to the attitude that the far right is taking at the moment in red states, that blue states are going to be like giving like kindergarten gender lectures, which are, mind you, not harmful to children, but come across more as like a kind of political overcompensation on the part of the teachers than like directly, you know what I mean? Yeah, they did that with the CRT as well. Remember where there were some legit, like some course bits that were just like a little too much. You know, I don't think this is going to be a big systemic problem. I always felt like the best way to handle this is to be pretty nonchalant. Like, I've heard this from so many gay and trans people. What they wanted back when they were younger was the knowledge that what they are exists. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you like the people who are gay now, it's like, I just wish early on in my life, like I'd known you could be gay, or like I'd known you could be trans, like if they're trans, you know. And I feel like you could do that real easy. Like that's a 5-minute kablamo, you know. Real simple, nonchalant. And I don't feel you lose anything there. I guess I just don't know how much young people are going to get from what is legitimately like an early form sociological breakdown of gender roles in first grade. Like, I don't think it's harmful, but are they going to get a lot from this? Or is this just like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not like a education specialist. It just, it makes me wonder, like, if this isn't like, you know, kind of like an imposition a little bit. Again, it's not harmful, so it's not really a problem. Why would a school promote made up pronouns? The harm. Oh, well, we've seen this person. Let's see. Dixie State is holding segregated graduation ceremonies for BIPOC and LGBTQ students, so inclusive. Multicultural Center, LGBTQ Veterans Resource Center, inclusive of DSU students. Students of color includes anyone who identifies as any of this shit. Wait. And also identify from our 3 populations. Veterans. Wait, veterans are in here. Ah, yes, the 3 genders. POC, queer people, and veterans. We like to honor and recognize your accomplishments at a graduation banquet. The celebrations will be held on... Wait! Are these segregated graduation ceremonies, or is this just an additional thing? When you say segregated graduation ceremony, what I think is that the graduation itself is being done separately, which has happened before. I strongly disagree. If this is just a banquet after, okay. I feel like you have to overstate your case a little bit here. Oh, here's Tucker Carlson giving a shout out to Libs of TikTok. I'm doing this for a while, by the way. I really want to hit home how meaningless and inane the stuff that conservatives get into a frothing rage over is. I get what you're saying, but isn't presenting as rebellious exactly what pushed post-Stonewall LGBT rights? Could there not be benefits to that? I'm going to drop the ultimate black pill on you guys. Are you ready for it? Okay, are you ready for it? The super rebellious, like countercultural types who promote civil rights are not the ones who actually get it done, at least not on their own. They're a wedge. The goal of radical groups like the super gay rebellious punk types or the Black Panther Party or anything like that, their goal is to create discourse, drive conversation, and create wedges that allow the more moderate or reasonable or civil or whatever else you want to say, you know, wedge of the civil rights group fight against the broader hegemony. On their own, a very small group of radicals that are like unpopular with 95% of Americans are not going to get anything done. And if you take a look at what the Black Panther Party did in isolation, they were locally effective, but in isolation, they didn't do much like nationwide, like at all, really. But what they did do, and that's in isolation, but in combination with the other broader uh civil rights movement was they were incredibly powerful at driving that engagement and sort of creating these bubbles of discourse and political interaction that everyone else was able to capitalize on, as long as they do a good job. But in order for them to do that, by the way, there are limits. How is this a black pill? Because what it means is that being radical and countercultural isn't actually as free a role as you would want it to be. There are strict rules for being in that group, because you get to be radical, but you don't get to be bad optics or detrimental to the broader group. That's when you become a liability. So the goal then would be, you have something like the Black Panther Party, not a perfect group, by the way, not even close, but a great one, in my opinion, and very principled in many respects. Did a lot of stuff that got a lot of attention, like them providing breakfasts for inner city kids, and then the city was like, oh no, we'll do that, and then the city didn't do that, like the city created programs just to keep the Black Panther Party from being able to reach young people, and then underfunded them, like stuff like that, But if the Black Panther Party had been like a criminal outfit where they just let the people in their group just like, run and shoot folks up, or like they had a bunch of anti-white hate crimes, like, well, okay, hold on. Now you're not just radical. Now you're a liability. There's a very key interplay here, but unfortunately, one of the problems I have with the online left is that they're obsessed with all being a part of the counterculture. Nobody want to be the broader moderate group to actually capitalize on the cultural products of the radicals. It's very cool being the the crazy radical type, but it's a duo act. It's like a comedy. Anyway, I don't want to be a lib. You don't have to be a lib. You just have to be willing to play the game. Anyway, okay, Tucker Carlson.
A lot of times, some teachers do the jobs themselves. We know that in part because of the hard work of a Twitter account called Libs of TikTok, which you ought to follow before it's banned if you want to know what may be happening in your child's school. Libs of TikTok just unearthed this,
like, literally, this would be like the equivalent of like CNN shouting out like a MAGA cringe Twitter account. It's insane. Like, this is like insane. You realize that, right? Like, he's the largest media pundit in America, and he's shouting out a Twitter account that just posts out of context TikTok or whatever clips about the left being groomers or whatever.
This video shows a teacher bragging to her students about her sex life. Little kids. Watch.
Hold on. I'm not toning down my expression just to make people feel more comfortable and told you that by my family whole life. Stop! It's me stuff. Me. I didn't tell you to change anything. You can do what you want. Don't do that. Talking about broader political strategy. Don't, well, I won't. Like, okay, fine, then don't. Be yourself. Be happy.
Man, y'all thought me teaching the children about me being poly was crazy. But not only that, but they also know that I'm gender fluid. This was all well and good until October, when I also explained to them that I'm pagan, so I am also a witch.
Okay. Vosh, just for clarity's sake, what's your actual prescription with regards to visibly queer people? Have I been this inaccurate with my language? I don't have a problem with visibly queer people. What I said like 18 times while pointing at the green-haired tender queer teacher or whatever. It's good. It's fine to look like this. I don't understand. It's like people are like making an effort to like read me wrong.
And I come into work and one of the children goes, Lois, are you a boy? You have short hair. And his sister goes, no, Lois is a girl. And a third child, who's my favorite, suddenly yells, no guys, we've been over this. Lois isn't a boy or a girl. Lois is a witch.
Everyone clapped.
So, underneath all of this, needless to say, and you can't...
Wait. What there was even harmful? God, see, like, this is what we're getting upset over. I swear, like, some phone selfie video of stuff like this? Right, dear children. Christ. Who was the bitch from, Magic School Bus? That person in the TikTok we just saw is like 1/18th as quirky. God damn it. As her. Miss Frizzle. Is this grooming? Hey, teacher, what are you? I don't know. I never saw the Magic School Bus, but she's quirkier. Like, is it all? It's just anything that isn't like you walk into the school looking like an extra from Mad Men is grooming. Okay, yeah.
Say it enough is narcissism. It's about me and my identity and my journey. It's not about you or your children teaching them anything. It's about me. Let me talk about me some more.
The person said they walked into class and the kids started talking. What? And it's their TikTok. What? It's their TikTok. Okay. Let's look for more very serious problems that conservatives are concerned about. New Jersey's new sex curriculum points elementary students to watch videos from Amaze. This is one of their videos. They're telling 9-year-olds to watch porn groomers. So here's a question. Is there any evidence that whatever this video is about to be is supposed to be for 9-year-olds? Let's watch the video.
Is it normal to watch porn?
Is it really for 9-year-olds? I was just saying that? This is the woman who publicized all the documents for New Jersey's sex ed plan? Oh, that we just saw bits of that from that lady. For me, the most outrageous part are teachers are instructed to promote a website, Amaze, and its YouTube channel to kids as young as 9 for them to get additional info on sex ed. One of the very first videos posted normalizes porn as someone everyone watches, and hey, it's free. So they're just... So wait, hold on. Already we're sort of abstracting the positions here. Now it's promote a website, Amaze, and its YouTube channel in which one video talks about porn. And what do we mean by promote a website? Do we mean like show other videos from the website? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to need a little bit more direct of a connection than this curriculum involves videos from a company that also made a video that's for like older people or whatever.
Hashtag Ask Amaze!
Yes! It's normal. Lots of people watch porn. After all, it's right there and it's free. And anyway, many people are curious about this sex stuff. But, and it's a big but,
Maybe it is for 9-year-olds.
remember, porn is not real. It's just a fantasy, like superheroes movies. Bodies don't look like those in porn movies. In general, everything is exaggerated.
I don't know if I agree with that messaging necessarily.
And sex, it often looks very different in real life. So don't expect your own body or sex life once you have one to look anything like what you see in porn. Or to sound like it either.
If I was in like a 5th grade sex education lesson and this video played, I would kill myself ritualistically.
In porn. Or to sound like it either.
Well, so I guess this is suicide material. So that's not good. That's inappropriate. Yeah, the elephant. What is it? Why is the elephant? I hear that with like joking sex references, like the elephant noise. What does that mean? What is that a reference to? Elephant trunk equals dick. That seems silly. Kindergarten teacher in California is excited to read books to 6-year-olds about non-binary kids cross-dressing and use the opposite bathroom in school. Oh, so using the bathroom of your chosen gender identity. That's fine. We're an hour into this, and I literally don't think we've seen anything yet that's even like remotely close to grooming. This is a result of brainwashing by leftist media. It's a cult. Uh-oh. Let's find out.
I was on my way to school and had to pull over because I started panicking. And that's because starting today, my school is allowing people to go indoors without wearing masks or any sort of facial protection. And that fucking terrifies me, and it should terrify you too, because this pandemic is not over. It is so so far from over.
I can't believe leftist media would make a teenager a little dramatic in saying a thing that is objectively, empirically correct. That's crazy. Theater in the UK is advertising a family sex show. Uh-oh. They want parents to come with their little kids to learn all about sex, porn, masturbation, etc. They also advertise there will be full nudity. This is absolutely disgusting. Uh-oh. We might have actually found something that I might have objections to.
My name's Mike. I'm artistic director at...
Oh, by the way, I just want to point out that even if given the fact that this is literally just a clip channel, they can find anything from anywhere. Like Tennessee was literally posting like child marriage bills, you know, like if they find something objectionable here, like, okay, that's fine. Like, condemn that. Has nothing to do with the hundreds of anti-LGBTQ bills that they're putting forward. No relationship whatsoever. Also, this is not even in the United States. Well, you do not have any objection to the porn video. I don't know what age the porn video is for. I don't know if it's like the best representation of the topic. If it's for 5th grade, I don't think it's like grooming at all. It just comes across kind of weird, but yeah.
Factory Theatres. I use he and him pronouns. I'm a white man with brown hair with grey bits in. And I'm very excited that the Family Sex Show is coming to Bristol. We have presented 2 productions by the wonderful This Egg in the past. They brought Me and My Bee and Dressed, and both pieces were completely original. Very moving in different ways. They make such powerful work that really connects and inspires audiences. And we're delighted that the Family Sex Show will be on in May. I'm going to hand over to Josie, the artistic director of This Egg, to say a little more.
Hello, my name's Josie. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a white woman with dyed red hair, which is half up, half down today.
Why?
I'm wearing gold.
Is this like a blind thing? This is a bit much. What, do we all have to like describe our appearances now for people who are blind?
Tube earrings, which are not real because I do not have my ears pierced. I run This Egg, and I have been making and producing the Family Sex Show along with lots of other people over the last few years.
Accessibility is more. I don't even think this is accessibility. If you're blind, what would that even mean to you? I'm a white with red hair. Like, what would that even mean? Like, no, I just, yeah, this, I don't know. No, I don't.
If you're watching this video, then you might already have, or you might be thinking about buying some tickets to the show, or you might just be wondering why we thought making it was a good idea. Great question.
For people who went blind? Okay. Okay, sure. For the people who are blind now, but weren't blind when they were born, and are really concerned about the color of the hair. No, shut up. No. Accessibility has gone too far. I'm now anti-subtitles. I even use subtitles. Now I'm anti-subtitles just for you fucks. Congratulations, you've done this.
We wanted to make something that came at the topic of relationships and sex in a light way, in a way that would open conversations, in a way that would encourage people to ask questions, and to allow for that space of vulnerability and not knowing and making mistakes. We hope that the show kind of adds to more creative
programming and engagement manager at Tobacco Factory.
Describe yourself. I cannot relate to this message until you describe your appearance to me. I need your race, your hair color, and the fact that you're wearing glasses.
Theatres. I am a white female with brown blonde hair, and my pronouns are she, her.
Well, now they don't know you're wearing glasses.
It's a fun and playful show for adults and children aged 5 and up. It offers an honest human sex education that is feminist, queer, non-binary, inclusive, and sex positive. This show can allow audiences of all ages to feel confident about their bodies, their boundaries, and their sexual health. And we really hope to see you here.
Okay, what is this? Here's a link to the doc on inclusive introductions. You're not getting me on this one. Okay, what is this? I'm not Googling family sex show. Okay, somebody link this. Hold on. Bristol Theatre defends naked family sex show for children as young as 5. This is from Bristol Post. I assume this is a conservative outlet from the way the title is phrased. Or maybe not. Controversial education show which aims to teach young children about sex. The family sex show which will feel real life nudity on stage. Scheduled to be staged. Sex education workshop. Both theaters have been the target of a social media campaign, along with a campaign against the production going viral on Mumsnet. That's the turf forum, right? Using real-life bodies, personal stories, song, and movement. The family sex show puts the good stuff at the forefront of the convo and imagines a future where there is no shame but a celebration of difference, equality, and liberation. As the theater company, this egg made the show in consultation with the School of Sexual Education. Every child attending the show is said to be suitable for children aged 5 to up, has to be accompanied by a responsible adult. This egg have created the family sex show to open up conversations about relationships, being created with input, guidance, education specialists, making us the show is not of a sexualized nature. Okay, I have a number of thoughts. First of all, this is extremely weird. You're not getting me off that. Second of all, the narrative that this is about, like, people grooming without the consent of the parent kind of falls apart if the parent needs to bring the kid, you know? Like, it seems like if the parent is comfortable with this content, then the parent would just, like, talk to their kid about this sort of thing anyway. So I guess, like, you could have an issue with that, but it's, like, kind of not the same issue. I don't think, like, obviously if, like, the idea that nudity is, like, inherently harmful to young people, then we all would have fucking killed ourselves back during the Paleolithic era when we're all running around, like, clubbing seals to death or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It's just pretty weird. Yeah, I think it's pretty weird. I don't know if it's inherently harmful. It's just one of those things where, like, there's such an obvious, just straightforward potential for bad stuff to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Bosh, my friend is semi-blind and she doesn't give a fuck what color your hair is. Well, that's nice. Yeah. Can't the parent actively argue against the show to basically negate the benefit? Well, I don't know if any parent would bring their kid to this to argue against the content of, like, the naked people on stage or whatever. I guess I just don't really get the point. Oh, like, I'm just gonna keep it 100% realio with you guys. I guess I just wonder where an adult person has to be at mentally to go, like, yeah, I'm gonna do a full nude sex education show on stage that's going to be attended by 5-year-olds. You know? Like, I guess I just have to wonder, like, where are we going with that? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm giving this one a cringe out of 10. Not what it's about. Check this for actual facts. All I've said is that there will be nudity, which the show has said there will be. So I don't think I'm saying anything inaccurate. Only America is this puritanical about nudity. Aren't Europeans less British about this shit? Okay, you can... Oh, wait, that's a fucking titty. Hey, stop. Jesus Christ. People are gonna get me in trouble. It's fine. There's naked yoga on YouTube. All right, we're good. I'll look at this myself then. Now only I can see the titty. How mad are you? Well, now another pop-up covered the titty. So it's kind of not there, but it might pop up again. So I'll just... Okay, yeah. No, the explanation for all of this basically sounds exactly what I think. Should anyone that agrees with this sex show be called a groomer? Well, it's not a sex show. There's nudity, but they're not having sex up there. Excuse me. No, I don't think that instantly makes you a groomer or whatever. I just think it's weird. Excuse me. I think it's weird. Yeah. All right. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're not done. We're on a goddamn journey. All right, we're giving that one a cringe out of 10, but let's just chalk it up to them being British. All right. Oh, we saw this one. This is the one that was on Tucker Carlson. The witch. The left, who can't define the word woman, tells us that men can get their period, but we know the truth. So we know what this is going to be. The trans men with their period, okay. But we know the truth. Jesus. There are now promotional videos on TikTok for getting top surgery. Keep your kids away from TikTok. It's cancer. Dude, am I going to get nuked on this for YouTube? I probably shouldn't, right? A celebration of post-op body diversity. Wait, this is literally just like... What? It's just literally just like showing trans people. It's all male presenting, so we should be fine. Okay, don't be stupid. We're not talking about fucking gender theory here. We're talking about YouTube. All right.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but top surgery is for anybody. There's no template for what you must look like after top surgery. What makes life so beautiful is the diversity in it.
All right, I think we get the gist. Good job. I'm proud for all of them. Okay. School of the Future, New York City, asks students if they want to use different names and pronouns for their parents. Okay. So the whole of the UK government is grooming? Yes. I guess, sure. New Jersey passed a new sex ed curriculum. They're teaching second graders terms like clitoris. This is some sick groomer stuff. Wait, that's grooming? Wait, I had very basic health education back in first grade. Like, seriously? That's all it takes? It's just extremely basic, just like talking to like a kindergarten. Hey, did you know you shit out your butthole? Then the fucking police take you away? Yeah. They combine actual weird shit like the family sex show with asking adults their pronouns though. Well, like shoot, 99% of the shit on this account literally just seems to be we're mad that people are trans and that schools have trans people or acknowledge that trans people exist. Like that's it, right? You know, then we have to go to the fucking UK for this shit. U.S. Department of Education is holding a webinar for educators across the U.S. and supporting trans and non-binary students in K through 12. They're promoting the idea of trans kindergartners and non-binary 8-year-olds. There is no such thing. There are only abusive parents/teachers. It kind of seems like the idea that grooming is taking place here is a foregone conclusion when you believe the only way that trans kids could exist would be through grooming. Like, you're kind of putting the cart before the horse there a little bit. Like, what is this? You're not allowed to stop them. How does anyone still run a business in California? Wait, what does this have to do? Wait, what does the state of California have to do with Target's internal security rules? What is this made up bullshit? What? What? Yeah, dude, the California mandated shopping. Dude, security in like all stores don't confront shoplifters because the possibility of violence is like a much greater threat than like just like calling the police and letting them like handle it afterwards. That's the case everywhere. I worked security. They don't tell security or loss prevention to go after shoplifters. Why would they? Like, just if you notice shoplifting, you just call the police and go like, hey, it's the student like a blue jeans or whatever. Like what? Like any fucking minimum wage paid security guard is going to risk their health or possibly their life if the guy is armed. Fucking chasing down somebody carrying like $70 of shit. Like Jesus Christ. What this is California? Okay.
Stop that shit, man. Get the fucking job. Stop.
Okay, is this guy loss prevention? He's not wearing a vest. Like what is he doing? Is this guy loss prevention? Looks like he's recording with his phone. What is he? Just some random guy? Why is this random guy fucking risking his well-being to defend the honor of Target? Is he the manager? If he's the manager, then he should know better. Okay, yeah, this is dork-ass behavior right here. What the fuck does this have to do with California? Stupid. I want to teach kids about sex and gender ideology as home. All right.
Gay people or queerness. Homophobia is basically the belief that there's something bad about gay people or queerness. Like, if you think there's something bad about it, you are homophobic.
Okay.
That's what it's literally what it is. It's
seems reasonable.
And a lot of people will be like, well, I'm not homophobic. I just don't want like to talk about it, or I think it should stay private. And it's like, no, that's homophobic too, because you still think there's something there that isn't appropriate or that we shouldn't be like sharing or talking about. And even this idea that like it's we can't talk about sex with kids. It's like, first of all, we probably can. Our society is just like way too uptight about it.
Hold on. We're gonna have to pull the brakes on this one. Let's see where we're going with this. Hold on.
Kids, it's like, first of all, we probably can. Our society is just like way too uptight about it. We give them toy guns, but we can't explain what sex is. Okay.
Like, obviously you can give sex ed to kids, and obviously it doesn't destroy their brains to say that, but talk about sex with kids doesn't sound like sex education. It sounds like talking about sex with kids. So,
and number two, I don't even think we need to talk about sex to be talking about queerness. So you could still be talking about queerness without talking about sex. It's all just very homophobic. Just you're just being very homophobic. That's it.
Yeah, nothing you said is wrong. Obviously, the phrasing there could have been refined to avoid the language that people would accuse him for, like, sounding like a groomer over, but nothing you said there is incorrect. You'd have to deliberately misinterpret him to arrive at a later Alex car. Wonder how many likes these videos get on TikTok in the first place. My guess is it's literally like 30 or 40 likes, and that's one of the reasons why the way Libs of TikTok records doesn't do the normal thing where it shows how many likes and comments there are in the corner, you know? Because I have a feeling that the people who run this account literally just search by tag on TikTok and are just looking for anything they can post here. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these videos had literally, like, less than a dozen likes on them before getting signal boosted here. Illinois governor signing a bill allowing only vaccinated employees to get extra paid time off for COVID. Unvaccinated teachers who need to take off due to COVID do not get paid. Based! Hell yeah! That's what fuck you! Yeah, you wanna stay unvaccinated? You want fucking time off for COVID? Fuck you. It's probably actually not good to do this. This is like the equivalent of, like, not giving insurance premiums to, like, fat people or whatever. But it is funny. They demand that we change our language to accommodate their delusions. We should not give in. This is just another fucking pronoun thing. It's like nothing. Age at which teachers are allowed to groom kids, all ages, 4th grade and up. No, oh, I like this. 22,000 likes. So wouldn't this imply then that it's not even about kids learning about gender and sexual ideology? It's about the knowledge of the topic at all? Because the implication of this image right here is that regardless of the age at which people learn about gender ideology or, like, sexual orientation or whatever, it would always be grooming. So yeah, this is what I mean by genocidal rhetoric right here. The idea is, like, the Florida bill doesn't go far enough. It's a stopgap measure. In reality, it needs to be illegal to ever talk about this, you know? Oh yeah, finally, Blue Texas. All right. Stupid. Guidelines at LCPS officials says staff can hide a student's gender identity from their families. Okay. Yeah, there's not a legal obligation for staff to disclose information shared with them to the parents. That's just not the case. Okay. Here's DeSantis doing a very normal thing, signing a bill surrounded by tiny babies. Doesn't it all look strange? First grade teacher excited to read books to 6-year-olds about little kids who become transgender. Well, we really are not going to find any grooming shit here, are we? This is incredible. How we've been doing this for an hour, and this is just, again, that's his administration. This is an indication of the genocidal intentions of the right wing. As long as you're not anti-trans, to them you are pro-grooming. And they normalize this language so that you can have violence directed against you from people acting with the perceived moral righteousness of somebody attacking, like, a child predator.
Cis women, please blind react to this. Don't worry, this isn't a gotcha. I just want you to see something. Put a finger down for every statement that you can relate to or have ever related to. A lot of clothes in normal shopping centers don't fit me. My pockets are super small. I feel like I have to maintain a level of femininity to be accepted. I feel like I have to maintain a certain body type to be accepted. I get shamed when I express any sort of sexual desire. I feel like I can't get angry without being judged for it. I feel like I'm not taken seriously in the workplace. I've been spoken down to at work in ways that my male peers haven't been. I'm concerned about how my hormone levels are affecting my general health, especially my reproductive health. I have cried to a Taylor Swift song. If you put any fingers down, that means you can relate to the problems of trans feminine people. We're not so different, you and I.
Is it? Not only is this not objectionable, this is like empirically correct within the format of the argument here. Nope, we're not in this together. Men and women are different. We'll never be the same. Wait, the video doesn't even say that this trans woman is the same as the cis woman. The video doesn't even make that claim. It just says these are things we can relate on. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, they have to make shit up to get angry at the contents of this. Like, what's the actual like position they're taking here? If they think trans women are men, they'd be like, nope, men and women can't have anything in common. Get over yourself, delusional. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I drink water. All right. A church in Chicago is fasting from whiteness during Lent by not using any music created by white people. White people create music. St. Louis University is holding a separate graduation ceremony for LGBTQ students and allies. How inclusive. This person identifies as cisgender and uses toy self pronouns. This person is like 12. Okay, they're like an infant. All right. We have a serious groomer teacher problem in this country. If only we could find evidence of it on this account. That would be very See, look right here. It's not enough to not be a groomer. One must be actively anti-grooming. Those who defend themselves against accusations of groomings are simply expressing groomer fragility. They harbor secret groomer traits. It must be shown the ways they've benefited from a systemic grooming. So this is what we know in the business as schizo posting. They're trying to affect SJW language. You see, psychotic. All right, what are we doing? The kids at UNCG are all right. CC Ben Shapiro. Okay.
Hello, LGBT community. I'm a student here at UNCG, and I wanted to take a minute to talk about the Young Americans for Freedom situation. The Young Americans for Freedom have been making some transphobic posts and have invited transphobic speaker Ben Shapiro to come talk at our school. While it can be tempting to engage with this post and engage with the members of the Young Americans for Freedom organization, I would like to encourage cis allies to refrain from doing so. This creates an us versus them narrative that puts the Young Americans for Freedom against transgender people, which creates an unsafe environment for transgender students around campus. It also validates their opinions and gives them a platform in which they can spread transphobic nonsense. I would instead encourage you to find ways to uplift transgender community members. I would like to encourage you to take part in the No Labels organization, which meets Mondays at 6. There are community dialogues and workshops.
I'm sure you can all guess my opinions on this particular line of logic. Not exactly a grooming problem, more of a political strategy problem, but okay. Do you guys understand what I'm saying about the like engagement, right? I feel like there should just be like, because this happens every once in a while. This happened back with the Poopy Pants girl, Caitlin Bennett, when she was trying to lay epically on college students about trans people and was getting like her shit pushed back in. You know what I mean? I feel like every time you have this like college campus, like trans versus anti-trans, whatever, you need like a Chad for hire, okay? You just need like a linebacker, like just some stupidly tall, like 6'8" bearded college, like like a junior, just this massive fucking guy to just be really mean to all of the fucking Ben Shapiro types, the Young American Foundation, all that crap, you know what I mean? Like just go over there and just be really mean to them. I feel like that's important. I feel like that should be, you do it. I need a couple more inches on me, I feel, to really put that forward. Hassan could pull it off, but he'd get emotional really quick. Yeah, the voice of Kronk. Hey, you. Yeah. Like, yeah, you screaming at them. A lot of those types are homophobes, though. So yeah, well, then find a non-homophobic one. Yeah, you gotta put that forward. Republicans are all vibes based. They really do not have a response to that as a concept. Where's Chad Thundercock? That old photo, like the 60s or something. Yeah, here we go. The original Chad J. Thundercock right here. I just mean someone like this, like you're at Berkeley or whatever, and like the latest wave of like libertarian right types are setting up booth, I just, you know, somebody just like this needs to go over there to just like mock them relentlessly until they cry. Because it's not like the Republicans on campus who are doing this advocacy are the cool kids, you know? I saw conservatives set up booths back at Humboldt U, and that's a very left-leaning university. And like, they're all Poindexter types. They're all Ben Shapiro fans, you know? They all dream of epically owning the libs. They all have shower arguments, you know? We need just somebody whose head is empty to just like, this guy isn't even pro-trans. He doesn't even have that much politically going on in his head, okay? There's just a cute trans girl that he wants to fuck, and he wants to impress her. His motivations for showing up at protests to shout down Republicans are identical to if he took up like dancing because there's a chick in that class that he wants to impress. Like, he's not anti, he's not pro, he's just living his life. That's the energy we need, okay? All right, we continue our hunt for anything objectionable here. Oh, hello. Oh, I hate that flag. Oh, I hate that flag. Libs of TikTok defending pedophilia? Really? Oh my god! Oh, that is funny! Milo Yiannopoulos made the claim back on Drunken Peasants that sexual relationships between 13-year-old boys and adults can be consensual. Milo Yiannopoulos did nothing wrong. Are people seriously arguing that you're not ready for sex under 16? It was all distraction. The LGBT propaganda agenda is much more of a threat to the minds of children. That is a very good screenshot. It would be a shame if this got posted underneath like every single thing that the libs of TikTok posted forever. As I've said many times before, Republicans, fascists broadly, are not only permissive of, I think it's fake. Oh, we should probably check if it's actually real. Ah, you're right. I'm getting too excited over here. Then again, they lie. No, we shouldn't lie. All right. Keeping the drafts. We'll fact check that later. Only 2 likes for retweets. Well, it was from a year ago. All right, we'll deal with that later. Whoa! Why are you talking at me?
The Don't Say Gay bill is actually also the Don't Say Straight bill. Here's a section if you wanted to pause and screenshot. Because of Florida's choice to keep things vague, so there's a big umbrella.
Okay, I'm taking a hot stance here. Wearing this flag in and of itself is grooming. It doesn't matter if you're around children. Please don't do this. I hate this flag so much. I despise it. Please don't. Oh, God.
Because of Florida's choice to keep things vague, so there's a big umbrella of which to discriminate, they also included straight people. So these are the straight things that you won't be able to talk about in Florida schools when this is enacted. Gender signs need to be taken off all of the bathroom doors. You cannot line up kids in girl rows and boy rows. You cannot talk about traditional families or a family with a man and a woman because that's heterosexuality. And I don't want y'all to talk about that in school. You won't be able to celebrate Mother's Day or Father's Day in school. You won't be able to celebrate Christmas in school. I don't know what orientation the Immaculate Conception was, but I don't want my child subject.
This is stupid. All right. Though I will say it actually would be pretty based activism if because the law does allow for like lawsuits against like gender instruction. Like if outraged progressive parents were constantly throwing lawsuits at the school district, you know, for like all heterosexual shit. Well, the issue is that doesn't even really hurt anyone. Like the Republicans want to defund the school districts anyway. I don't even know if that'd be good. Utah Republican. Oh, the one pro-trans Republican governor. We are living in hell. Some of y'all aren't ready to hear this Twitter screenshot. Some of y'all aren't ready to hear this, but it's transphobic for gynecologists not to treat pre-op trans femmes. What? Pre-op trans femme patients under HRT. My girl dick is as much of a feminine organ. Okay, this is stupid. Not even showing the likes here. It's literally just like in the void. New York City has ads on buses with photos of people kissing with masks on. CRT is not taught K-12 except when activist teachers admit to it. Well, they say they do. Maybe they think critical race theory just means anytime you talk about black people. Ruppel is raising their baby as a gender-neutral they-them. This is child abuse. Kid doesn't stand a chance. Okay. Middle school in New York City. Homeschool your kids. Beyond the Rainbow. Ultimate Guide to Pride Flags. I hate this. I cannot even begin to tell you how much I despise this. Okay, no more flags. Stop. No more flags. Yeah, this is pretty obviously like a school project. Like, this is just like a student doing this. But still, no more pride flags. What is this? Grant Lally, the person who filed the trademark for the account, worked for the Bush admin and seems part of the GOP establishment. Dude, this is what I mean. This is one of the many, many things that pisses me off about Democrats. And it's that Democrats have, it seems, no interest in approaching political advocacy in like a broad multimedia fashion, you know? Like, Republicans are insane. They'll like make fucking PSYOP accounts. They'll like make fake accounts to be mad at the other accounts. The Republican Party will like back YouTubers and shit. Like, there's so much crossplay there. But with the Democrats, all the fucking Democrats in the party are like 87 years old. They don't know what the internet is. From reps that I've talked to, who I can't name for a variety of reasons, they often very deliberately underfund younger, more progressive candidates running in local elections because they don't care about winning, okay? They care about being like the eternal shining city on the in the political party hill, at least in their mind. They don't really care about things like victory. It's just this consistent principle holding. It's very, very frustrating. The fact that Democrats can't like just steamroll every election in this country is a permanent testament to their ineffectiveness as a political party. This is a private school. Wait, what? Middle school in New York City, homeschool your kids. This is a private school charging $70K tuition a year. Okay. That would explain how obviously expensive this classroom front looks with the ceiling mounted projector. All right. So in a private school that you have to pay to get to, one student did a presentation on flags, 15K likes. All right. Barrington High School, Rhode Island, removing honors classes to be more equitable. Honors classes are racist now. Let's find out.
Dan Patrice, tonight's meeting saw more than 40 people speak in a lively school committee meeting here at Barrington High School, and it's one where a lot of people expressed frustration and confusion. Barrington parents, students, and taxpayers looking for answers.
English less important than math or science?
After the school district, widely considered one of the best in Rhode Island, decided to remove certain high school honors courses earlier this month.
By creating these learning inequalities, you are hurting our town and the students most of all.
Starting next school year, BHS honors programs for English and social studies courses for 9th and 10th graders will not be available. The district says the change makes classes more equitable, but many folks worry the removal hurts students.
What de-leveling has done is erased a problem, it has not solved it. To remove choice, opportunity, reward, and challenge, and support in the name of fairness for all is just about the most individually unfair thing I've ever heard.
Some raise concerns ranging from confusion over course selection all the way to AP readiness.
You cannot tell me that removing honors will help our kids be better prepared for AP courses. It will not. It cannot.
Others even calling for action.
I implore the school committee to vote to restore honors courses and conceptual courses in the 2022-2023 calendar year.
Principal Joseph Hurley says he wants to revisit the change in the coming months.
I think part of the issue that we have run into is we've made some very quick decisions on some of these things, and then we've had to backtrack and continue to backtrack. I want this to be done right. I want this.
Where have they mentioned race? The Libs of TikTok thing said honors classes are racist now. Have they mentioned race? Did I just miss it?
To be something where it's going to be good for kids.
But tonight, parents hoping it happens sooner rather than later.
So please, return us to where you were and figure out what you're doing.
They only mentioned equitable, like maybe equitable in terms of academic performance, not equitable in terms of race. Did anyone mention race here?
And Principal Hurley did say earlier that he wants to bring back a honors distinction for English and social studies in the fall. However, there was no vote taken and no details were released. They're hoping to have more on those coming up in May, when the school committee did ask for a more thorough report about data and communication as well to the school department. Live in Barrington, Cal.
Okay, so literally just like made up the race thing. Okay. I don't know enough about the specifics here pertaining to honors classes for me to have like a strong opinion. Drag King preschool teacher said she won't follow the laws of the Parental Rights and Education Bill. Cool. Kansas teacher said we have to teach kindergartners about LGBTQ because there are already kindergartners who are trans, non-binary, etc. Trans 5-year-olds. Yes, cool. It really does seem like this account posts 3 things. People with colored hair, you know, saying it's okay to have colored hair, mask mandate stuff, and black people shoplifting, along with the illusion that it has something to do with California. Welcome to San Francisco. Okay. Wait, what again? What does this have to do with San Francisco? In stores exist everywhere. What does this have to do with it's the black people. They want to associate like black people and criminality with California. We've already seen this. Neo-pronouns, mask mandates, we've already seen this. Dude, I expected I would find some more shit in this account that I care about. Utter insanity. Brandosport ISD secretly put a litter box in the bathroom in one of their schools for students who identify as furries. Really? What? This doesn't even have a TikTok marker in the corner. It's literally just like a thing on... It's literally... Is that just paper towel? And yes, the school's official notice board. A spiral line notebook paper torn out and what is this? Like, this is what I mean. Like, in terms of journalistic, like, you can just record anything. It's a fucking piece of notebook paper. Okay, yeah, all right, thank you. These are the people teaching your kids. Any teacher who comes out to their student should be fired on the spot. Huh. That's interesting. I thought it was just about, I thought it was just about teaching children transgender ideology. 10K likes, by the way. This is the actual position of people who follow this account.
I ended up telling my students that I was gay. And
we can tell.
How it came up was one of the students.
Yeah, this got fact checked.
I was like, you know, my mom thinks that you're gay because of your voice. And I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe not. So they were asking me.
3 likes. 3 likes on this, by the way. 3 likes on this.
Was because I kind of alluded that I was. So I kind of let them wonder and ponder on it. And I have like, you know, like the LGBT promotional, like, this is a safe community kind of stuff, the rainbow stuff all up in my room. And I told them, I'm like, if you look around the room, that should give you an answer to...
Oh my God, they had to go back too. This is from late 2021. Look at this. December 8th, 2021 with 3 likes. How far back were they crawling through? Hashtag teachers of TikTok. Yep, I was completely correct. Right there. Hashtag teachers of TikTok. They literally just look for tags like that and they scroll back farther and farther and farther until they find something. This is literally exactly what I said. They find the tag, no likes, then they just post it.
To your question. So I did officially tell them. They, of course, went berserk. So instead of teaching social studies today, they just asked me a whole bunch of questions about being gay. So I think it was pretty well.
Okay. Seems fine. Fired on the spot. What are the comments under this one? Not even for teaching gender, sexual ideology, or whatever. Simply for your students knowing that you're gay. Like if you casually mention your husband as well, that would also be coming out to your students, you know, in this respect. Ah, pushback. Good. Ah, a lot of pushback. That's nice to see. I do see a lot of pushback underneath this account, but the pushback doesn't actually matter that much as long as it's getting, like, cited by Tucker Carlson, you know? Remember when our teachers used to respond to questions about their lifestyle with stock talking and finish your work? What I do outside this room is none of your damn business. Good old days. I'm pretty sure it's just a teacher by teacher thing. Like, some teachers aren't the best teachers, the ones who are like just chill and will like talk it out with you, because they usually care more about developing a good teaching relationship rather than just like regurgitating the coursework and then leaving. Okay. Good to see pushback. Yes, the algorithm does choose the disagreeing comments for me specifically. Apparently Tampax is sponsoring biological men to advertise their period products on TikTok.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go to rainbow.
Jesus Christ, imagine getting offended by this. Can you fathom?
Butterfly in the sky.
Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle. Hey, that's me. That's where I live. Is advertising a drag camp where 12-year-old boys will learn to create their drag queen persona and appearance. Ages 12 to 18. Yes, I disagree with this. Not because it's drag, but because it's visual performance. I don't like roping young people into any kind of like refining your appearance for public presentation. I don't like that at all. I don't like it for drag. I don't like it for like straight shit child beauty queen pageant. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like the pageantry. I never will. However, this is no weirder than a fuck ton of the similar shit that they throw like girls off to, you know? Pitt High School and Iowa City Schools brought in a DEI specialist for PrideCon, and this is what she taught the students. We owe pride to black and transgender women who threw bricks at cops. True. Stonewall. Let's go. Why would a classroom of 2 entire walls painted with a Progress Pride flag?
I actually did it myself. Yeah. Nice. I actually did it myself.
That is very well done. I do not like the flag. I will say, though, it looks infinitely better because on a wall, it looks more like an abstract, you know, kind of like color blocking art piece, more so than like a flag. I think it looks good here. I like it a lot.
Myself. Yeah. Nice. I actually did it myself.
That's very impressive. Let's see. Why don't you like the flag? Because it's fucking stupid. I hate the implication that the previous flags were... First of all, what the fuck is the black and brown shit? So what is it, just everything? It's just the all-progressive flag? Also, the implication of this is that the flag wasn't trans-inclusive before and wasn't POC inclusive. So do we need like the autism corner of the flag? Is it like autism exclusionary? Do we need the intersex? Like, no, we don't need to update the flag every 2 years with some gaudy addition. Okay. We do not. Okay. Do the rainbow flag. That's it. That's all you need. If you want to make your own cool flag, then fuck off. I don't care. We're all the way back to the beginning of the month, and I still don't think I found a single thing that points to grooming of children in schools. Literally nothing. Washington, the only thing we found that I found like actually meaningfully objectionable in a real sense was that UK thing. Washington Department of Health believes there are more than 2 genders. We're so screwed. Hey, I live in Washington. Also, pretty much all Department of Health are trans affirming. This is a mental illness. This is so fucking boring. These people are so fucking boring. Isn't it wild that this banality is going to get people killed? Uh-oh. What is the best porn for young people? If you're an adult wanting to support a young person in your life with sexual development, here are the hacks you need. Okay. Well. I don't think we need this. Is this a private business? I'm not Googling this. So we're progressing. It's time for your thinking rather than thinking it's written on stone. One thing we can agree on. With the increasing availability and range of pornography available, it's important that we do everything we can to help young people become porn literate and identify the pornography. It's going to help them grow up as happy, healthy, sexual adults. Okay. I'm pretty sure you can give a kid like a talk on this without having a fucking porn course on it. Like, you can just be like, hey, listen, bucko. All right? There's some wacky shit out there, okay? There's some wacky shit, all right? And I know there's no content filter I can impose on you that's going to keep your raging teen libido down, okay? So listen up, all right? Do not... Just don't be cringe. It's probably all my lessons for kids. Just don't be cringe. That'd probably cover it. It's a teacher's resource, not for kids or students. I don't think teachers should be, like, making... Yeah, I don't know.